So you want to be a professional artist that creates beautiful artworks like this. So what do? You go out and you buy yourself a full set of pencils, 2H to 9B. You finally have everything you need. But wait, this tutorial on YouTube is telling you that you need this and that you need that again. So what do? You go out again and you get yourself tons of materials: a white charcoal pencil, a blending stump, a tortillon, a tumble mono zero eraser, kneaded eraser, electric eraser, stick eraser, spaghetti eraser, brushes, charcoal pencils, 14B graphite pencils, and you finally get all these materials and you finally create an artwork, and this is what you get. What if I told you that you don't need all those materials? What if I told you that you only need 3 pencils? 3 pencils to rule them all. So why 3 pencils, you may ask? Well, I've been drawing for over 7 years now, and I have gathered many pencils. They are plenty. But do you know something? For any drawing I create, I find myself reaching for a particular set of pencils every single time. I use them till they are short, and I have to replace them like 7 more times. But what are these pencils that we are talking about exactly? Well, these are the 2B graphite pencil, the 4B graphite pencil, and the 4B charcoal pencil. I cannot count how many times I have had to replace these 3 pencils. In the meantime, I have my 14B graphite pencils here that I bought in 2018, and I have not even touched once. But is it really possible to draw with only 3 pencils? Well, let's not talk too much. Let's find out. I have this sweet reference image here, and now with this reference image, let me show you how I draw a face using just 3 pencils.
For the record, I'm done trying to make y'all comfortable. For the record, you ain't trying to grow, then it's done for you.
I always start with the eyes, and for that I use my 4B charcoal pencil to draw the iris and then the eyelashes. Of course, you want to make sure that your pencil is sharp when you are doing this. Now, this can be very hard for you to do, especially when you are drawing with charcoal pencil. Any little thing and it becomes blunt and dull. So the price you have to pay for a realistic drawing is that you may have to sharpen your pencils like every 5 seconds.
Been a little too nice for y'all. Now I gotta up price on y'all. Snake eyes on dice for y'all. Shoulders on ice for y'all. A6 all the hate. I won't get a ball today. Got lost in the ball and A's. I'm flipping the bars, I'm flipping the on record, off record. I still count wins when they got it. On record, off record. I let them take advantage. I was wildin'. On record, off record deals. Tell them talk to Colin for the quote. On record, off record. I still want the act, not the ghost.
Now for the nose, I start with my 2B graphite pencil. I use this for the base, the foundation. But I'm not just shading every which way. I am shading according to the highlights and the shadows, making the shadowed areas darker than the other areas. I then blend with my tissue paper. Now the nose is still not dark enough. Now you can choose to do one of 2 things. You can either go for another round of shading with your 4B graphite pencil, or you can now go in with the charcoal powder. And well, since I love charcoal powder so much, I'm going to go in with my charcoal powder. Now this is not cheating. I created this charcoal powder with my 4B charcoal pencil, so we are still playing by the rules. Now I dip my brush into this charcoal powder and I use this to shade the nose. The goal here is to go lightly. Don't just dip your brush in the powder and carry it over immediately to the paper. You want to make sure that you try to remove the excess powder from your brush. And now, if you're like some of my friends and you hate charcoal powder, well, don't worry. I'll be making a tutorial very soon on how you can shade using only graphite. Yes, only graphite. So be sure to subscribe so you don't miss out on that. For the lips, things are a little different. After I shade with my 2B, I now shade again with my 4B graphite pencils before I now go over with my charcoal powder. Now with the face, this is where things get interesting, because when I was a beginner, I'll actually use my HB pencil, 2B, 3B, 4B, 5B, 6B, 7B, 8B, 9B, sometimes even 10B, just to shade the skin. And of course, I got a little something like this. Freshly burnt skin. But there's no need to stress yourself with 20 pencils. Just shade first with the 2B, add another shading with the 4B, then finish things off with the charcoal powder. This time I use my largest brush to blend the skin because the skin is large. And so the formula is very simple. You use large brush for large areas and small brush for small areas.
He's seeing someone else. He's been paying for hotels. Oh, it breaks my heart to have to tell you this. And baby, I know it hurts. I know it hurts. The faster you realize, the quicker you learn. So don't be afraid to cry every tear you got inside.
Now it's time for the hair. Is it possible to draw hair like this with only 3 pencils? Well, let's find out. To start, I'm going to go ahead and break up the hair into different sections or clumps. I want to find areas where the hair kind of separates and then focus on drawing these areas, and then we can blend all the areas together. The key now is to create strokes that lead to the shine with flicking motions. I started with my graphite pencils. I used the 2B graphite pencils to create just base tones, and to be honest, the main reason I used the 2B graphite pencil is just to give me a sense of direction for the flow of the hair, because in the final drawing the 2B graphite pencils will not show through. The bulk of the drawing will be done using charcoal pencil strokes. Now, when you are using charcoal pencils to shade the hair, it is very, very, very vital that you sharpen your pencils like almost every second, because this will determine how detailed your hair is. So what exactly is the point of this video? That you should throw away all your pencils until you only have 3 remaining? No, of course not. If you are able to get a lot of art materials, by all means do get as much as you need. But if you are not able to get art supplies, this video is meant to encourage you, to let you know that it is possible to create wonderful art with only 3 pencils. Your 2B, your 4B graphite pencils, and then your charcoal pencil. Pencils that you most likely have. Granted, I did cheat and I went in later with an extra pencil, my white charcoal pencil, to add the white hairs and fly away hairs for the drawing. But this was just for an additional effect. It wasn't really necessary. The hair already looked good without it, so you can skip this if you don't have the white charcoal or white pastel pencil. After I finished with the hair, all I did was shade the arm, I drew a shirt, and I added the zipper. This drawing took me a while to finish, and I'm glad it's already finished because you guys already know. It's time for the moment you've all been waiting for, the reveal.